Hey everyone, Jazzy here. I hope you guys are having a great day. Today we're going to be doing what's in my gym bag, as well as what do I use for supplements, as well as other miscellaneous gear that I use occasionally but not every day. Please excuse my cat. He's a little amped today, and he might knock everything over, so just so you know. Okay, so start. This is my gym bag. I got this on Amazon. It is a backpack, but can be converted to a duffel with a strap that connects to these two D-rings. I actually have that strap on something else right now, but yeah, you can turn it into a duffel as well. So for me, the top compartment here unzips, and that is where I keep my fitness journal. I used to use just a little 5-star notebook to write down my workouts, but I decided to try to give this journal an attempt to see how I liked it, because I'm really particular in my programming and I have to see my numbers from the previous week, and this one's just so much more organized. It's easier to see where I'm at and my records and whatnot. So basically, this is called Track Your Fitness. It is from newmefitness.net. I got it on Amazon. Essentially, you can, in the beginning, there are benchmark measurements here as well, and some advice on how to do a skin fold body fat assessment using calipers, but I don't need to do that because I already know I have less than 3% body fat. So you also have a section for goals. Where do you want to be at by when? I always use quantitative goals. I want to be here in a reasonable period of time. I want to be here in a month or here in 2 months. Instance, that page. I know what I'm looking for. Anybody else might be a little bit lost. Here we go. So this is a page that I've completed and that I'm comfortable showing because there's not hockey coach scrabbling. So you get to put in the date, muscle group, day of the week, weight, start time, finish time, stretch, warm up. Then you write down all your exercises. The top line is for your reps. The bottom line is the weight that you're at. Do your cardio at the bottom. Any notes that you have, if you did a cool down and how your workout went. My workouts always go great. Not really. I would say like at least 90% of the time. Okay, so the other thing that I put in this pocket usually is a protein bar. I don't really eat protein bars just because I feel like it's super dense, especially these MetRx ones. They're really dense, so I find it weighs heavily in my stomach whenever I'm working out. So I actually use these if I don't have a shake for post-workout or intra-workout. I'll take a couple of nibbles off of it if I'm starting to feel fatigued. But I try not to eat that before. I also carry around containers of cocaine, because who doesn't need a quick boost during a workout? Just kidding. It's creatine mixed with BCAAs. So I carry that. I usually carry one full protein as well, but today my protein went in my shaker, so I didn't need to carry it. On the side here is a large zipper. Opens up into a shoe compartment. That is where I keep my lifting shoes. They're flat. They're good for lifting for me. They fit over my braces. I have elastic laces on them because I'm lazy. They've got rope guard. These are actually the Nike Metcon. All right, on the other side, there is a small zipper. That is usually where I keep things like TMI, catheters, because adaptive athlete, gotta make sure we have all that stuff, as well as medication and any other small stuff that I don't want to lose. Next, we're gonna go to my gym towel. I don't really sweat, so I don't use a gym towel all the time, but my grandma made this for me. It is customized. I love it. But I do use it. I just don't really sweat that much because of a lesion in my neck. First thing in my bag, one of the most important, headphones. I use Beats. I believe this is a studio edition. They're wireless and they work really well with Apple products. I use a lifting belt for lifts that are over 250 pounds. I try to not use a belt for anything other than 250 because I like to be able to stabilize myself naturally and, you know, use my core naturally. So I want to be able to rely on my body and my own muscles and not a belt. But the reason I use it over 250 pounds is because A, I do have a level of paralysis. I am a little weaker in the core than the average person, though you would never be able to tell. But mostly it's because I've had so many surgeries that anything over 250, I wear the belt. That way I know for a fact I'm engaging my core, and it helps protect my lower back as well, which is kind of weak from the paralysis. So I use a 2-pood belt. You don't have to use a 2-pood belt. It's every belt works, but these are especially nice. They have something that they call a wad clamp, and it keeps your belt from slipping off. Now, I forewarn you, this is going to be very loud, so be ready for it. It has very strong Velcro. There you go. I hate opening that in the gym. So it's got very, very strong Velcro. I went with the gold sequins because I don't know. But anyway, so it goes through the bottom. That's the first part. You pull it through, and then you move the wad clamp out of the way, and you pull it back through over top that clamp. And then it keeps it nice and locked in place. So if your Velcro does come apart, you're still going to stay in one piece, or it's still going to stay together. Now, I can't say if that's true when you're lifting things that are very, very, very heavy, but it can hold up to 500 pounds. So I think that's good. I use grips for bar days. So when I'm doing a lot of cleans, I like to use grips. If I'm doing toes to bar, using grips. I went really cheap. I went with Fit Vikings because I wasn't sure if I was going to like them. So I didn't want to like invest a lot of money. So I like the 3-hole finger ones. These are real simple. They just Velcro to everything. So they just literally Velcro across your wrist, and then you can pull it tight. The only downside is it has to go over my Apple Watch, and then I can't see my watch. So that's the only thing I don't like, but they provide good wrist support. I don't know what like really expensive wrist grips cost, and I don't know what the support is supposed to be like, but I am actually going to order just straight up wrist wraps because of the lesion from the transverse myelitis in my C-spine. My wrist on this side is very weak. It will collapse under a certain amount of weight, whereas this wrist can hold a lot of weight. This one will start to collapse, and I've been doing like wrist extensions and wrist flexion with the barbell, but this may actually just be part of the paralysis. I also take a banana. No, I don't. But today I have a banana. I can't tell you the workout benefits of a banana, but it's in shape. Okay, that was terrible. I usually take one resistance band with me to the gym with handles so that I can just use it to do a warm-up and a good stretch, because unfortunately our university gym does not have loose pieces like this laying around because, well, I'm sure you can imagine why. Extra set of wireless earbuds because some of us are not the most intelligent people in the world, and we're always forgetting things. So I wouldn't say intelligent, but some of us are very forgetful. Second, this is some sort of filament that is, I couldn't tell you what kind. I honestly have no idea. It looks like nylon. But basically, this is what goes inside of my braces. Next, deodorant. Obvious. The reason I have that is, I don't know, perspiration, maybe. 2 very important things. Biofreeze. Cheap Biofreeze. Real Biofreeze. I love them. They make me smell like a minty old man. Phone charger. Obvious reasons. So I also have Drip Drop. I carry those everywhere. These are essentially liquid hydration amplifiers. It takes 1 shaker bottle of whatever, hopefully water, and it essentially increases the osmolality of that water and allows us to absorb more quickly. So they like to make the comparison that one of these in 1 bottle of water equates to 3 bottles of water. So I carry them around. I think they help, but I'm not 100% sure. Where are you taking my towel? My cat is so weird. I have Mava knee wraps. Anything that involves a large amount of weight and my legs. So if I'm doing just regular seated heavy strict presses, I don't need these because I'm doing them seated. Excuse me. Sitting over here crunching away and annoying me. We have a callus shaver and hand care kit. This is specifically by Wadwelder. He only does this when I do videos. He's such expletive deleted. So you got your callus shaver. There is a little razor blade in there, which is dangerous. So don't just randomly stick your hand in this bag without looking, because there are replacement blades at the bottom. This is Wadwelder. This is a salve that you use after you've gotten a rip. So that's Wadwelder. Basically, it comes apart like that, and you push the bottom to make the wax come up even higher. I call it wax. It's not really wax, but I actually don't know what it is. They just call it a salve, or salve. I don't know. I'm an English major and I can't even pronounce that. Okay, next in here we have just regular hand cream. Also Wadwelder. I don't know if you guys can see that super well. I do use this almost every day because I do have calluses that I'm trying to keep intact. They need shaved off. I've had a week off for what we thought was pneumonia, but it's not. We'll talk about that later. I have a set of leg braces that I specifically use for treadmill and the bike. And the reason for that is these are very, very, very flexible. These ones are actually built into the shoes. And I love Hoka's. I use Hoka's for pretty much everything. They work with braces really well. These are a prototype. There's only a few of them that exist in the world that are actually built into my shoe. I kind of grew out of them, but I can make them work. All I have to do is just go get a new shell. That's it. There's another set of braces. Now these are very old braces. These are my first set actually of those Exos. You can see they're a little more crudely designed. The front shell is more pronounced than, say, the second attempt, which was these. You can see that the shell is not as pronounced in the ridges, and it is a really, really, really thin shell in comparison to this one. So these are my backup braces. I use these if I'm having a really, really rough day and I cannot hold myself up with the flex that I have in my current set or this set. So that's what these are for. These are lifting hooks. Ugh. Man. Okay. They are directional. This is the left hand. Essentially, you put these on. If I can fight with the Velcro. You put these on, and essentially they set right here like this. And they flip down so you don't have to use it. And if I don't want to use them, I will flip them down like that and then tuck them underneath its own strap and then strap it like that. Then I don't have to worry about them getting in the way, and I can continue moving on with my workout, but I don't have to take them off. And then when I want to use them, I just flip them out. There we go. So I don't use lifting hooks. Excuse me. I don't use lifting hooks. I carry them around, and every time I think I'm going to use them, I say, well, if I can't lift it with a natural grip, I shouldn't be trying to lift it at all. Which is not true, because power lifters get to the point where they're lifting a lot of weight, and it doesn't matter how strong their grip is. They still struggle, but most power lifters use straps. I just happen to have hooks.